Unbiased Trading here, and today we're going to be going over why I spent 2.5k on my desk setup. Now, mainly this isn't a very serious topic video. However, it's going to be going over what I bought, what I thought was worth it, what I think you should really look into, and the reasons why I upgraded my setup when before it was overall okay. It was pretty budget, low budget setup, mainly using IKEA and kind of two 27-inch monitors. Now, first off, I just want to give you a small overview of how it looks. As you can see, it's about two monitors. So I have a two monitor setup, 149, 127-inch, that's vertical. Then I have some speakers and kind of other random normal stuff like a keyboard and mouse. Now, the 49-inch monitor is an ASUS ROG monitor. Now, sadly, I didn't have a great picture of just my monitor, so I kept this kind of stock photo up. But overall, just look up ASUS ROG monitor, and it's a 49-inch monitor. Now, the reason I went with this one, there are a couple other 49-inch monitors, such as the Samsung. I think there's an AOC and an ASUS and a LG one. Now, overall, it was mainly price to value. I didn't see much difference between this one and the Samsung one, which was about $200 more expensive. So I thought overall I'd purchase this one, test it out, and if it is really bad, then I can return it and get the Samsung one if needed. However, this one at the moment has been pretty much perfect for me. I'm extremely impressed with the overall quality of the screen, plus the RGB color correction, and all those kind of other small monitor things that I'm not super aware of. But overall, it's great. I mainly just use it for the real estate, but it is a really, really good monitor. Now, why do you need a 49-inch monitor? Mainly, I went with it because of screen real estate. Now, if you've been trading more than a couple months, you'll easily know that screen real estate is hugely important. Now, obviously, I am a bit more of a data-driven trader, so I don't need a ton of charts. However, to be honest, more charts doesn't exactly hurt my overall analysis, but mainly it's for putting up other stuff like Python terminals, Python tools that I use, Excel for some statistics stuff, and overall when I'm coding, it's just amazing to have a huge Python workspace, plus maybe a GitHub or ChatGPT or Google or Excel, really anything, and it's just really, really nice to work on something this big, especially because you can partition it into different parts. So I really, really recommend you look into buying a 49-inch monitor. It is a bit of an investment, but I would say it can easily pay for itself very quickly, especially if you're trading for a living. Next is a hardwood desk. Now, before, I had a very cheap IKEA desk. I've always liked IKEA, so I just went with a normal one. However, after having that desk for, I think, about 3 years or 2.5 years, it started to bow in the middle. So overall, I knew I needed an upgrade, and especially if I'm getting a 49-inch monitor, they're about 12 to 13 kg, so quite heavy. I knew I'd need something pretty strong to either hold it through a monitor arm or through the stand itself. So I went with a Habitat Nomad 160 centimeter dining table. You might be wondering why it was a dining table. Overall, I really like the look of it, and also to find a pure wood or almost pure wood table is quite difficult that isn't super overpriced. So I went with this one. It was about $350 or so. So to be honest, I think it was a very good price for how amazingly well built it is. And I'd highly recommend a very nice desk like this. It just makes you feel so much more serious about your workspace, that you're coming to work to actually do something extremely serious, which is trading. And it's very easy to get into the idea that trading is just obviously you want to perceive it as a game, but you don't want to just, click buttons and play around or whatever. And that's a very easy thing to do if your setup isn't very serious. 2 is monitor arms. So personally, I've never used monitor arms in my whole history of playing games online or just having an overall computer. But I finally invested in them. Main reason was I looked at other amazing setups and I saw they all had monitor arms, and it just, I think until you try it, you won't fully believe how much it transforms your desk setup. Mainly for me, it's the space. You have so much more space. There's no clutter with the stand in the middle. You can put things in the middle. You can just, overall, it's a lot more free, and that really allows to reduce the visual noise. And that's going to be a trend in this thing. A lot of the things I purchased was to reduce visual noise, such as clutter on the desk or things like that. Main reason for this was I was reading Atomic Habits again, and I also read a couple other studies about how obviously your environment really impacts your mood, performance, and kind of other key indicators that you're looking for. Now, in trading, we all know we want to be high elite performers, whether that just be through conviction, confidence, discipline, all those kind of things. And a key thing I saw was your environment of having a serious workspace you go to is very important. So I think one day I will probably move to a office setup for my trading, because I think that would be the next step of how serious I take it. Kind of like going to work every day. But for now, at least for my home setup, I made sure to make this desk setup extremely professional, very minimalist, and very clean. So there wasn't much clutter when I'm viewing things, and that could allow me to really, just focus on trading and focus and kind of be in the zone. Now, for the stand I did purchase, I went with the Vivo Aluminium Ultra-Wide Monitor stand. There are a couple. I would just recommend getting a gas-powered one, and overall, those are very good. Now, next was wireless headphones. Now, this one was kind of a weird one. I wouldn't recommend this to everyone. So personally for me, I've always had, 3.5mm jack or things like that for headphones on my computer. However, I recently went with wireless, and for two reasons. Mainly, I wanted something where I could walk away from the desk and just be able to unplug from the screen without having to, take off something, like take off my headphones or those kind of things. And to be honest, that can really build up friction from you not stepping away and taking a break when you need it. And just being wireless and free, you can just get off your desk and stop trading. Or you can just, you need a 2-minute break, or you need to do some 5 minutes of exercise to kind of like get out that adrenaline. Really, really useful to just have wireless headphones straight away, because you can just turn on music, boom, unplug, relax for 2 minutes, then come back to the screens or whatever your kind of routine is for dealing with frustration, stress, or anything like that. Now, big caveat, they do have lag. At least on my computer, I don't know if this is for everyone, but on Windows 12 and 11, I think, it seems like they have some kind of input lag from audio. So you will notice that some mouth movement on YouTube or movies isn't completely lined up to what you're hearing. Now, if you can overcome that, I would really recommend them. If you can't, then I'd probably stick with like 3.5mm or USB headphones. But this has been a great thing I've kind of invested into. The ones I went with was the WH wireless noise cancelling headphones, and overall, those have been a very, very good choice. Lastly, it's probably one of my favorite, to be honest. I don't know if this would exactly help your trading, but was an under desk drawer. They're just self-adhesive. You just stick them to your desk. Really cheap. I think in dollars, probably $30 to $40. And they are an amazing way of reducing clutter on your desk. One of the key things I've always had an issue with is just dumping things on my desk and having nowhere to put it, but I want it in reach so I can get it, such as a pen, a USB, whatever it may be. And just having a drawer that you can just slide out, put all your stuff in, slide it back in, and boom, it looks very nice and clean, professional. Was a really big game changer for some reason. But overall, I'd really recommend checking this out. It's very cheap, and I think it can normally actually add some value to your desk setup. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share it with anyone else who might be interested. And lastly, hopefully next week we'll have a serious topic. I'll try and do some data analysis topics. But I hope you kind of enjoyed this, and hopefully you upgrade your setup as well soon.